I've spent most of my life on riverboats, and frankly, my dear, I thought I'd seen it all. Until I saw this riverboat. It brings out the real me. Exciting, dashing, adventurous. Now, I'm not saying this riverboat can turn everyone into a Clark Gable.
I've spent most of my life on riverboats.
I've spent most of my life on riverboats.
And frankly, my dear.
Frankly, my dear.
The riverboat at Elsinore's Atlantis Casino Hotel. We get newer every day.
These are customer service representatives. We call them our problem solvers. On an average day, we service some 2,500 customers, both by phone and in our business offices. But not every call is the same. So at Con Edison, we have trained some of our representatives to speak different languages so they can converse with you in your native tongue. They solve a problem that makes me happy. We care, and our customers appreciate that.
This has been another service message from the people of Con Edison.
Major setbacks for accused criminals.
Details at 11.
Tonight, an ABC comedy special, take off with the wackiest space shuttle in the universe, Earthlings.
Auxiliary tank switchover complete. Pressure is nominal. A go is indicated for orbital descent maneuver. Over. Roger, Houston. Over.
And that's it. All systems are go for the Space Shuttle Destiny's descent into lunar orbit. I'm Edwin Newman, along with former astronaut Chuck Riker, as we continue our live coverage of the first American space flight to carry civilian passengers. Chuck, can you use the shuttle model and explain to us how the orbital descent maneuver, the ODM, will take place?
My pleasure, Ed. There are three main thrusts. Say, where'd you get this model?
That was part of the press kit.
Really? We never got one of these.
I beg your pardon?
I mean, we flew the things, took all the risks. You'd think they could have given us one.
Right. Chuck, perhaps you can explain to us why the civilian passengers on board were not required to wear special flight suits.
Sure, we got one of those commemorative ballpoint pens from the president, but...
Destiny, this is Mission Control. Over.
Well, we're back to live communication. Thank God.
Go ahead, Houston. Over.
ODM, 22 minutes and counting. All systems look good. Over.
We copy that, Houston. Over.
Jim, we're all set up for those interviews with your passengers. Over.
Sally's back there with him right now. Anytime you're ready, Houston. Over.
Roger. Thank you, Destiny.
Noah, position the antenna.
Check. Some mission, huh? Bus driver for a bunch of tourists.
I guess I figured to give me something nice and easy for my last flight.
You're going to take that desk job, aren't you?
I fly spaceships, Cal. Not a lot of call for that on the outside.
My theory is that having civilians on board was designed to renew public interest in the space program.
That theory holds about as much water as a pig in a pitchfork fight.
Major, that may be the most disgusting thing you've ever uttered.
This morning, he said the powdered eggs reminded him of a mucus festival.
I stand corrected.
Transmissions are underway.
Now, shall we watch a little TV, gentlemen?
Dr. Lassiter, the public would like to hear your first impressions of flight in space. Of course.
Well, from a psychological perspective, I now fully understand the elation of liftoff as expressed by most of our former astronauts. They have described the experience of taking off in clear and sometimes graphic sexual imagery. And I agree wholeheartedly. Thank you, Dr. Lassiter. My pleasure. We can see that. Mr. Martoni.
Vince Martoni here. Hello, Earth. Hello, Sylvia. I just want to say I am proud that Martoni Industries had a hand in making this flight possible.
Thank you, Mr. Martoni.
And I'm proud that this past summer, the Martoni Model T1 was selected as the official little plastic knob of the 1984 Olympics. Here's one I had made up as a tie class.
Thank you, Mr. Martoni.
You bet.
Congressman Young. Congressman D.J. Young of the 23rd Congressional District of Illinois.
Sally, my fellow space travelers, people of America. I think Abraham Lincoln put it best when he said, "Let us dare do our duty as we understand it."
What the Sam Hill is he talking about?
He says he's up for re-election.
Oh.
May God bless us all.
Thank you, Congressman Young.
You look at how this sucker makes you sweat? Put a dead cat on my head, though, if I thought it would get a vote.
I gotta be going.
Mr. Simon Gans, award-winning author and poet.
Everybody had enough?
No, wait. This flake is my favorite.
Mr. Gans, your impressions of space?
Black pustules of cosmic morbidity. A cornucopia of void.
Back to you, Houston.
2 minutes to ODM burn.
Fuel ports functional, coolant lines engaged.
Everybody's secure back there.
Tell them to expect a jolt.
Told them to hang on.
I hope you tied our poet friend down. I mean, even with the artificial gravity, that airhead is liable to be floating around the cabin.
All artists are a bit eccentric, Major, but that comes from being extremely sensitive, something I'm sure you wouldn't understand.
Hell, I understand. I dated a lady poet once. One night, she painted these little tiny flowers on my... I'll tell you during re-entry.
The king of depravity has spoken.
Okay, you two. Come on, let's put a lid on it.
We're only joking, Jim. I mean, she really loves me, don't you, sugar?
Oh, keep it up, buckaroo. I'll take you off the list for Jim's retirement party.
They're just taking me off active flight duty, Sally. You make it sound like I'm ready to open up a bait shop on the shores of Lake Okeechobee.
Jim, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
I know what you didn't mean, Sally. I guess I'm the one that's a little sensitive.
Well, I think it stinks. Grounding the best pilot that we got? Heck, you still get around real good.
On behalf of the active ambulatory major, I thank you.
15 seconds to ODM burn.
All passengers prepare for orbital descent burn.
10 seconds to burn. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Burn sequence.
Say, did anybody else notice that nothing happened?
Dr. Green, read out.
Engine malfunction. That's a no burn.
Backup manual sequence.
Negative response.
Backup sequence. Failure. Emergency procedures. Exhausted.
Exhausted? You mean we're actually...
Heading out into the solar system. I'm afraid so.
Well, rope my feet and call me doggy.
I was just about to say that.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6. We go for main engine start. We have main engine start. And the ignition. And liftoff. Liftoff.
You know, I lease old Reliable here from AT&T. It's gone through the Griffith family school of hard knocks and come through with flying colors. Of course, if I ever did have a problem, I'd just call AT&T toll-free or take it to one of their phone centers for exchange. Leasing's smart for me. It's smart because no matter what happens, I can always relax.
AT&T Consumer Sales and Service.
This tugboat crew has a plan, and they begin by digging into those in every Kellogg's pack. Keep them coming back for 2 scoops of plump, juicy raisins in Kellogg's Raisin Bran. Hooked up and in command, they're working now, but they're thinking how they love and golden flakes of bran. They're turning back again for 2 scoops of plump, juicy raisins in Kellogg's Raisin Bran.
Good evening. Welcome back to our continuing coverage of the flight of the Space Shuttle Destiny, a flight marred by tragedy when at 3 p.m. Eastern Time today, the spacecraft's engines failed, sending the ship, along with its crew and passengers, hurtling out into the solar system. Chuck?
Yes.
Any comments?
No.
Former astronaut, Chuck Riker. Mission Control at Houston has just released a statement saying this: despite the gravity of the situation, morale among crew and passengers remains high, and an air of calm prevails aboard the spacecraft.
We're all gonna die!
I hear you. I understand your position.
Mr. Martoni, everything that can be done is being done. Now just try and relax.
Relax? We are headed out to Uranus, and you want me to relax?
Captain, perhaps I can be of some assistance. I'm quite familiar in dealing with the symptoms of fear.
Most people find such feelings debilitating. I, on the other hand, believe that fear gives me strength.
Well, that's a good attitude, Simon. Transforming negative circumstances into a positive force.
Come, take us, Mr. Death, as I spit in your wretched, twisted face.
We'll talk later.
Jim, no change in the engine malfunction, but all of the systems are operable.
Well, that's something. No course projections.
My calculations show no obstacles between here and anywhere known to man.
You mean we're hopelessly adrift?
Yes, but it looks like a smooth flight.
What the hell is that?
It came from the lavatory.
Everybody's out here.
Somebody's in there.
Impossible. Can't be.
Occupado, I'm afraid it is, Captain. Oh, this doorknob sticks. I'd take a look at it if I were you.
What in God's name?
Am I? Yes, believe me, I've anticipated all your questions. I'm not a stowaway. I'm a being from another civilization. Something you can share with the rest of the class, Mr. Young?
No, please. Go ahead, man.
Thank you. Now, you must be asking yourself, where is he from? I answer, from a small civilization living beneath the surface of the moon. I know your scientists assure you there is no life on the moon. They're wrong. It's not a fun kind of life, I admit, but yes, it does exist, and so do I. I'm the science officer, Dr. Noah Green, and contrary to what you're telling these people, every law of physics and biology known to man makes me reject your claim. Here. Reject this, Mr. Wizard. Okay, my little Earth children, we've had our fun. Now I want you to all stand there very quietly and let Uncle Jeza finish.
Do as he says. He may be armed.
Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, there's a ray gun in my finger. Come on, get serious, Homo sapiens. Now, I look human because my species has the ability to change forms when necessary. We've monitored your radio and television transmissions for years. Hence, we know what you look like, act like, dress like. Never understood why these didn't catch on. Anyway, my people are called Cretans, spelled with an O, not an I. My name is Jeza, and I open up the floor to questions.
How did you get aboard this ship?
Molecular reformation.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
I beamed up.
Oh.
Believe me, it's not like that junk you watch on TV. The truth is, it hurts. It's painful. You're sore for a week after a transport.
What are you going to do with us?
I don't know what they have in mind. My orders are just to bring you back.
Bring us back?
Yes.
You mean?
Yes. We're all going, you know, down to Cretan.
You can't do that to me. I'm an American citizen.
Where do you think you are, the Virgin Islands? This is outer space, fella. You're the alien up here. Now, excuse me. One by one, we're going into the bathroom. New man on the controls didn't quite get the right coordinates, and we're going to be transported down.
Jim, I think we can take him.
Oh, by the way, did I mention my super hearing?
I assume this is more than just a request.
Captain, they could destroy your ship like that if they wanted to.
Jim, what are we going to do?
I don't see we have a choice. We'll do as you say.
Groovy. Now, who wants to be first?
I do. I extend my hand across the infinite seas of space to embrace my brother life form. I love you.
Lunch would have been sufficient.
Small load, huh?
Yours too.
Maybe we could wash them together.
Maybe.
It's on me.
So's the ring around the collar. We'll use my whisk. Tough stains like this need whisk. Whisk does a better job. And when whisk gets that ring around the collar...
Our whole wash is clean. Give you a ring?
Let's stick to collars.
Whisk gets ring around the collar and your whole wash clean.
Final boarding call. And here's Charlie. And you got your toothbrush and your aim. Use them.
I love you.
Teach your kids right.
Bye, Mom.
And wherever they go, all done?
Good habits will
go with them. AIM has a taste so special, kids like to brush.
Gotta brush.
AIM does more than fight cavities with fluoride. AIM's taste helps start a good habit that lasts.
I'm back.
Start your kids with AIM for fewer cavities now and good habits that last a lifetime.
Friday, when Benson does a magazine centerfold.
What do you have to do to get a 10 in this town?
His girlfriend gets the picture. Then Ben Verene's back, and look who's in the act.
Take out the papers and the trash.
Webster. And an ABC comedy special starring Charles Durning and Katherine Hellman.
Not tonight, Mildred.
Side by side. Then world champions Mark Breland, Tyrell Biggs, and more at the United States Olympic Trials Box Off. Live.
Tomorrow.
This is unbelievable.
I'm astounded by its very existence. So this is Cretan, huh?
Yeah, it's everything the brochure said it was.
My joints are killing me.
Transport elbow, very common here.
Is this what your whole world looks like?
No, it's not all this nice.
Sally, everybody here?
All except Cal.
Coming in now.
Oh, golly.
Nasty little bugger, isn't it?
Captain, it's a little heavy on the nitrogen side, but the atmosphere is quite breathable.
Well, give me a little credit for considering that. Okay, everybody, here we go. Stay with the group.
Hold it, everybody. I want to know exactly what's going on before I allow these people to follow you.
You got that one right, Jack.
Jim.
I was making reference to the editorial generic, Jack.
Oh. Please don't worry, Captain. We're just going into the next room where you'll all meet our Minister of Security, Bobo.
Bobo?
Yeah, real waspy, isn't it? He's ready. Follow me, please.
Jim, I've got my service revolver.
I hear you.
Damn. I forgot.
People, we haven't got all day.
Let's go.
Dr. Green, just in case anything happens, I just wanted you to know that your speech on board ship about science and physics, well, quite frankly, it made me sexually aroused.
Sexually aroused?
I hope you don't mind my saying so.
Oh, no, no. Not at all, Dr. Lassiter.
Jane.
Noah.
Say, you two, how about hosing off and joining the rest of us? Quickly. Come along.
I want to be your friend.
I saw you on Donahue. No, thanks. Quickly. Okay, now stay together, folks. As usual, I will be more than happy to answer any questions.
Oh, where's this guy, Bobo?
Who dares invoke my name?
Look at the size of that thing.
Yes, he's a little short, but I wouldn't mention it if I were you.
Chaser!
Hey, Bobo.
Jim, I hope it's not because I'm a woman, but I'm scared.
Don't take it. Calm, don't let him see your fear. And don't show your panic.
And for God's sake, nobody call him Lumpy.
Yes, as you wish, sir. Gang, I got some good news and I got some bad news.
What's the bad news?
So that you may be scientifically studied, Bobo has decreed that you all remain here permanently.
And what's the good news?
I got that raise I was hoping for.
Hey, listen, you!
Silence! Bobo speaks only to his equals.
Mr. Bobo, DJ Young here, 23rd Congressional District, Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago. Chaser.
Get your hands off my passenger. Now you listen here, Bobo. What you did to our ship is aggressive, presumptive, and criminal.
No, I think that's gonna...
Criminal!
Tick him off again. Yeah, I was pretty sure it would.
We are not criminals, Captain. Your ship is doomed anyway.
But there's a chance we could someday get back home. We've got food and oxygen for at least a year, maybe more.
6 months, tops.
Shut up, Noah. Check.
Captain, please. Your mission is futile. It was the same with the Zet.
Zet?
The creature at my side. He, too, was on a crippled ship when we brought him here. He was the only one to survive. Captain, try to look at your stay here as a chance to learn from us.
Learn what?
We have knowledge you do not have.
Enough to repair our ship?
Of course.
Oh,
Wonderful, right?
But we will not repair the ship.
What? Why not? Babbo giveth, Babbo taketh away.
Why won't you repair our ship?
Because we can't afford it.
You gotta be kidding.
I'm afraid we're in a little economic slowdown right now.
More like a depression.
That's a lie fostered by a hostile press.
I beg your Babbo's pardon.
Don't you people understand? I'm under orders to keep you. It's a policy decision. It's out of my hands.
What hands?
You mean we're here just because of money and politics?
How dare you be so righteous? It's the same on your planet.
You got that one right, Bobo.
Bobo!
Won't ever happen again.
Jason!
Right here.
Take them to their quarters, now.
Come on, gang. It's all over but the shouting. Besides, in a few minutes, your ship will be out of range of our transporter anyway.
Alone. We're all alone. Alone in a brave new world.
You have my permission to shoot him.
Simon's right.
I am?
We are alone, Babbo. Have you ever been alone? I mean, truly isolated from everyone and everything, where you had no idea what was going to happen to you?
Captain, it's no use to...
At least have the decency to answer us that one question.
Yes, Captain, I've been that alone once, when I was just a little geeska.
And what happened?
I was on a scourgy trip with my father.
Kinda like fishing, only in trees.
I got separated from him. I was lost for several hours, but he found me.
Were you sure he'd find you?
Well, not absolutely sure, but...
But you had hope, right?
What's your point, Captain?
Well, I don't know how much you know about us through our transmissions, but what with the threat of nuclear war, energy depletion, world hunger, this hope business is about the only reason we Earthlings have left to get out of bed every morning. I guess maybe we all do have something in common. Don't we, Babbo?
Jason!
What? I mean, what?
Take them to the outer chamber and return them to their ship.
Hey! Okay, everybody, outside. It's pain time again.
What about your superiors? You're under orders.
You Earthlings haven't cornered the market on principle, you know. I'll be all right, thanks.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Jim.
1 minute till the ship is out of range.
Okay, let's go. Come on.
Say, if you're going his way...
Jim?
Okay, he goes. Come on.
You can have my seats, because I'm staying.
Can't you, idiot? Let's go.
No way. This is everything I ever dreamed of.
Jim, hurry. 10 seconds. Simon. Jim, now.
No time left. Everybody into the beam. Commence transport.
I want to be your friend.
I saw the Barbara Walters interview. No thanks.
Everybody okay?
Get off my foot!
Who said that?
I did.
Jason, what are you doing here?
That Neanderthal on the controls let the beam spill over the platform.
You mean you're stuck with us?
If I ever get back, I'm gonna punch that controller in the schlarva.
Slava?
You don't have one.
Houston Control, this is Destiny. Do you read me? Over.
Destiny, this is Houston. Thank God we lost you for about an hour. What happened? Over.
What happened? Communications failure. What's our status? Over.
I'm afraid there's been no change, Jim. There's virtually nothing we can do. Over.
We copy that, Houston. Over.
Jim, that communications failure. It appeared to us that all systems were functioning perfectly. Over.
Yeah, well, I guess things sometimes just aren't what they appear to be. Over. And out.
Pass the potato paste, please. Thanks.
It was so frightening on one hand, and yet so scientifically exciting on the other.
I felt that, too.
Imagine the chance we had to study an alien life form, to find out what they thought, what they felt.
How they reproduced.
Stop, or I'll scream.
What's the good word?
I'm afraid there's no change. But the best scientists and technicians in the world are down there right now working on a solution to get us back.
Same cats who built this thing, right?
Right.
Marvy.
Jim, sit down. You look frazzled. Have something to eat.
Try the clam sticks. Yummy.
Oh, my feet are killing me. I can't wait to get them off.
After everybody eats, I'd recommend we prepare for the sleep mode.
The sleep mode? Why the hell can't you people speak English? The sleep mode, fine. As soon as I'm done with the eating mode and I get through with the toilet mode, I'll be all set for the sleep mode. You can say that again. I didn't understand what he said. I don't speak Zet.
I understood what he said, too.
I'll be damned. I understand him.
Well, we all do. Obviously, it has to do with some sort of telepathic communications.
Close enough.
It's a miracle. Imagine being able to communicate with another species.
I've been doing it for years with my wife. Amiable little furball, ain't he?
Wait, let's find out his name. What are you called? Oh, what is your name?
That's funny. You don't look like a Tony.
The first thing you learn as a professional photographer is don't take chances. It's just not worth it. I'm talking about the paper we have our pictures printed on, Kodak paper, the overwhelming choice of professional photographers. We ask for it for our personal pictures too, so insist on Kodak paper wherever you see this sign, and don't take chances.
You thought it was over, but they're back for the summer of '84. Crablegs 2 at Red Lobster. Order any entree, and for only $3, you get Crablegs 2. It's a blockbuster. 1/2 pound of irresistible snow crab legs. It's the big deal of the summer. It's Crablegs 2. Premiering now at a Red Lobster near you. You can't afford to miss it.
It's the summer's hottest hit. American and National League greats slugging it out in a baseball classic. The All-Star Game, Tuesday on ABC.
This is David Hartman. Teenage pregnancy is a problem for the mother and father. Tomorrow on Good Morning America, we'll talk with some teenage fathers, and we'll hear about some big changes in the Jackson concert tour on Good Morning America.
Saturday, if dreams come true, T.J. Hooker could be dead when a psychic envisions the time and place of his murder. Then the ship's new photographer puts himself in the picture with Doc's girl on the Love Boat. Afterwards, a betrayed wife cooks up a scheme to even the score with her wayward husband on Fantasy Island. Now stay tuned for Lottery next.
In this world, there are some things so delicious, words just can't describe them. Like a Burger King Whopper made just the way you like it. You always start with flame-broiled goodness. Then you make the choice. You can have tomatoes, hold the lettuce, choose onions, or not. Have some pickles, baby cheese. Have it any way you please. You tell us what you want, and what you'll get is a whopper that's too good for words.
Aren't you